Because anyone supporting Nigeria is simply supporting the killing of children, the killing of women, the killing of men, supporting crime, supporting fraud, supporting enslavement, supporting slavery, supporting the humanization of mortal beings, supporting everything that is evil set against humanity. Because unless if you haven't got brains, then you will claim that you couldn't see what I am seeing or what any other human being is seeing. You look at somebody like Peter Obi, and everybody is clamoring, Peter Obi, Peter Obi. But you forget that Peter Obi, up until today, sees Atiku Abubakar as his boss, sees Atiku Abubakar as a good man. And you think he doesn't know what he's talking about? When you say, oh, they say, oh, no, don't worry, he has a plan. He's just he's just a politician. He has to play. Sorry. The only reason why Peter Obi, okay, you see, if you're decent, you will say, well, the much I know of Atiku Abubakar, he is a good man. And as soon as you hear about this heinous crime that Abubakar committed, as a decent person, forget about politics, forget about whatever. You'll be coming out and saying, I never knew this happened. If this indeed happened, then Abubakar Atiku should be arrested. Okay, then we know that you are decent, that you have good intentions. You're planning good for the office you are seeking to occupy. But do you know why Peter Obi will never come out to say what Atiku did is wrong? Do you know why? Because Peter Obi himself is corrupt. Peter Obi himself knows that there are things he must have done with Atiku Abubakar. Don't forget he was his running mate in that 2019 election. He would not come to condemn Atiku Abubakar because he knows that he dare not go there. Because Atiku Abubakar knows more about Peter Obi than you and me. This is how corrupt and epidemically intoxicated this whole evil set up against humanity called Nigeria is. This is how deep, this is how scary this demon Nigeria is. Now, if you call yourself a human being and you can't see this, can I tell you that you are only a being? You're only interested in evil. You're only interested in what your eyes can see. But let me reassure you, everything your eyes can see, everything that you are fighting for, remember, you never came with any of these things, and you will not leave this earth with any of these things. I want to keep reminding you of this. I want to let you know that you are simply deluded. You're simply mad, because everything that you see in this world is for sharing, is for everyone. And what you are seeing is a tip of the iceberg in terms of what God blessed this earth with. Our world is a world of unlimited, limitless resources. But you are so blind because your human side is not activated. That's why you are marauding around thinking you are a human being, but you are just a being that is worse than all wild animals put together, because your intentions, the things you think about, the things you do, no human being, no animal, no matter how wild, would even conceive it, let alone try it. You are the reason for this world you are seeing that is so badly shaped and badly organized. You are part of the problem. You are the major part of the problem. Some of you say, oh, Obasanjo is a good man. Obasanjo, you are hearing it that Obasanjo and Atiku committed the worst crime on earth any government, any head of government can commit. These are people who actually told you, Abubakar Atiku told Obasanjo that they must not be seen to be encouraging open corruption. What does that mean? It simply means that they must be seen as people whose crime must be in secret. And he went on and planned the secrecy, planned the way they're going to harness this. And you heard about the 3 people that Obasanjo nominated for this evil, for this nonsense called Special Purpose Vehicles, SPVs. And every day people are waiting to hear what Obasanjo is saying, without knowing that, I've always said it, that these are the demons ruining the human lives. When people say to me, would be nice for you to moderate the adjectives you use to qualify these people. I find people saying this as part of the problem, because you cannot say to me that the evil these people are committing in terms of destroying human ingenuity, in terms of ruining lives, in terms of almost enslaving mankind for eternity, that there is any adjectives in this world that is even good enough to qualify their heinous evil. I am telling you that the adjectives we have is insufficient and inappropriate when it comes to highlighting the real depth of these people's wickedness and evil. I don't understand why people are so conditioned to support evil without knowing they're supporting it, by trying to moderate all this nonsense. I am telling you, there is no way you look at it. Who are you going to look at and say, oh, this particular person is decent? The whole system is epidemically damaged. The whole system is so poisonous that you begin to see anybody, doesn't matter who they are. In fact, anybody that tells you, oh, let's go and help Nigeria, let's go and support Nigeria, let's go and try and save Nigeria, anybody seeking to save Nigeria is the real demon holding humanity hostage. Trust me. Anybody saying, oh, we have to get it better, it's going to be better. Anybody, it doesn't matter what uniform that person is wearing, it doesn't matter the location of that individual, it doesn't matter the title of that individual, it does not matter the color of that individual, it does not matter the position that person is occupying, it doesn't matter the institution that person is representing. In fact, the higher the institution, the higher in evil that person is committing. Trust me, this is a broken bottle. This is a broken and damaged system that could never be repaired. Impossible. Can somebody like Peter Obi come now and condemn what Atiku Abubakar did? He cannot, because he knows that Atiku Abubakar has his number. He knows it. Okay? He knows it. I'm saying, do not forget that Peter Obi was the running mate of Atiku Abubakar in that 2019 elections. And for Christ's sake, you must know that both of them even won that election. But Atiku Abubakar was planning a game, knowing that there is a Fulanization agenda, and he was allowing APC to go through. Forget about all the court who has. Don't worry about that. And you are seeing all this nonsense, all these games being played, and you're still thinking election, election, election. Let me remind you, election in Nigeria is just an avenue through which you all go and renew your slavery certificates. You are a blind slave if you're talking about elections. You are a conditioned, fixated, happy and smiling slave if you're thinking about elections in Nigeria. You are confused, you are deluded, you are insanely incapable of making decisions for yourselves, for your interests. That's why Biafra and Yoruba nations must emerge this time. And the emergence of Biafra and the Yoruba nations will not take a normal route, because Nigeria, there is nothing normal about Nigeria. And there is nothing normal about those who set up Nigeria. Today, you are hearing the United Nations, you are hearing ECOWAS talking about that no nation in the world will accept our refugees from Nigeria. Of course, they are targeting the Biafrans, and they're targeting the Yorubas. Okay? Because the evils that are controlling Nigeria have no interest in leaving Nigeria. The evil used to destroy Nigeria have no interest in leaving Nigeria. That is why these people, these are all the setups organized against humanity. And you're also hearing the military telling you that they're going to force election by the use of gun. Have you ever heard that before? They are planning to unleash mayhem, to force people to vote. When we say no elections, people voluntarily will stay at home. But the military are saying they are coming with their guns and they're going to force election. and you are still talking about you being human. Have you ever seen where the military is coming out and saying you must vote whether you like it or not? All these people ganging up and Obi. Yes, they're all set up too, because Nigeria is a fraudulent nation. Okay? They're trying to deceive you, to force you to go and vote. In the end, what happened to Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi would happen again. But they're trying to make you believe, because half of those clamoring for Obi haven't got their PVC. They are not going to vote Obi, but they're trying to cajole you to believe. So how many times are you going to be fooled? And you still call yourself a human being. You have witnessed with your 2 eyes how these slaves are reporting themselves to Chatham House. That is where their real campaign is going on. Chatham House in London. That is where your prospective presidents in a place you call a country go to table their cases. And you're still believing that you are a country. Why don't you have Chatham House in Nigeria, where prospective prime ministers in Britain would come and vote and tell you what they're going to do? And you still call yourself a country. You call yourself educated. You believe you are educated. You believe you are smart. Every day your slaves will trip down to Chatham House to go and make their case. Where is your Chatham House in Nigeria, where you make your case and then invite those prospective prime ministers to come and make their cases? Why is it that when Britain is doing their election, you, calling yourself a country, cannot send election observers to go and observe elections in Britain? You still call yourself a country. Britain, the so-called international community that I don't know what it represents, because as far as I know, you cannot be an international community if you are not local to another international community. It does not make sense. But the whole international community, as far as I know, okay, will tell you ordinarily that Nigeria is an independent nation, a sovereign nation, that they're not going to get involved. When you say, look, what is going here can no longer carry on, they'll tell you, no, we can't get involved. Nigeria is a sovereign nation. They will ordinarily tell you that. In fact, they will advise you on what you have to do. They will tell you, look, if you want to change Nigeria, yes, we know they are corrupt, they will accept, because that's a game they play. If you want to change it, go and use the system. Go and find yourself in government. Go and find a way to vote out these corrupt people. They will advise you that because they know there is no road there. They've already ensured that there is no possibility of you being able to do that. They know that. But the same people who tell you they can't get involved, Nigeria is a sovereign state, will quickly become so passionate, so involved once there is election. Come and see them flying into Nigeria to go and manipulate and help ensure a rigged election to deliver the people they want, the corrupt evils they want. Come and see them, inviting them to come to Chatham House and presiding over the whole affair. Come and see them, the same people who are telling you. Now, if you can't see all this nonsense, I tell you, you're not human yet. You're still marauding as a being. You are not human. Both you and them, whoever, all of you, okay? Both you that are agreeing with them and then themselves, you are all beings. You have not captured the essence of humanity. You don't know anything. You are a learner. You should allow us to come and teach you. You should allow us to bring sanity to this earth. You're destroying yourselves in the process, because a psychotic patient has no insight whatsoever, and might be doing things they don't know will affect them. They will do things that will destroy them, but they wouldn't see and they wouldn't understand it. The same people that will tell you that Nigeria is sovereign will very quickly turn into demons and forget what they have been saying, and will engage in activities that you'll be shocked. The same people, because the act of the devil is to lie. They will lie. They will tell you one thing and do another. That is the sequence. That is how it goes. You look at today, you have this video circulating about the so-called President Biya of Cameroon. President Biya is a stooge for France. That's why he has remained in this place, destroying lives in Cameroon, shattering everything that is humane and human. You see the image of this man, somebody who is demented. He's come to embarrass not only himself, but his family, the whole Cameroon, and then France and his cronies. Tell me, if Biya was a person that was dedicated to serve humanity, to serve his people, just like Thomas Sankara, France would have killed him. France would have orchestrated the killing the same way they did to Sankara. But France can continue to prop Dia, defend Dia, encourage Dia. Look at the state of Dia. France used all the mechanisms inside Cameroon, just like Britain is using the mechanisms in their contraption called Nigeria to destroy humanity. You can't tell me that you are human, that you are part of this human endeavor, and you can't see all these evils. And you're asking, how possible is it that people are telling you that they are looking for a harmonious world, yet you see all these symptoms of total chaos, all this madness? Let me tell you, if you saw a car, and a car that is in good condition, but every time this car is involved in an accident, every time you hear about accidents, you must stop looking for mechanical faults. You must hold the driver responsible and accountable. This world has nothing wrong with it. And you see all this chaos. Can I indulge your minds to start thinking properly, to know that it is these people who tell you that they are civilized, that they are religious, that they are academically educated, that they are opinion leaders of this world. They are responsible for the evil you see. So I ask you from today to ignore all these uniforms they wear. I'm Archbishop of Canterbury, I am the Pope, I am this and that. Negate and ignore these uniforms. Ignore these titles. Ignore these offices. Ignore these institutions of deceit and evil, and begin to look at the content. Look at the output. Look at what they are saying and what they are doing. Look at their silence in the face of evil. That is what you should focus on. Ensure that you can never declare any taste for the pudding until you have eaten it. You must eat it before you've declared the taste of that pudding. The Bible, the scripture, even reminds you and tells you that you must test every spirit. Every spirit. You must test every spirit. The time is here. The time is now for humanity to rise and do the needful. There is no other time, and you can't wait any longer. Just remember that everybody speaking against Atiku, speaking against this and that, are just speaking in favor of their parties. Not that they are decent themselves. I want to reaffirm that there is no politician in Nigeria, there is no would-be politician in Nigeria that is not corrupt. None whatsoever. Trust me, because no decent person, I wouldn't serve in Nigerian government. Why should I? Why would I? Why would I? No decent person, and I'm not claiming to be decent, yeah? But no decent person would want to get involved in a system that is deeply corrupt. What good farmers do is that when they want to plant new crops, they tidy up the fields, they clear off the field and begin the work. You don't go into a poisoned environment and then plant yourself in there believing that you're going to convert the rest. Haven't you heard that it takes only one rotten egg to destroy the rest? Let alone when you have 99% rotten eggs and you are pretending that you want to get into government to correct what? Aren't you insane? Don't you understand how it works? Don't you have brains to assess these things and understand the way it works? This is so simple. So, ladies and gentlemen, I call on humanity to wake up and smell the coffee. And I want to remind all and sundry that you must be afraid of nothing. Obviously, not a fellow mortal being who must die the same way you and I must die. Every killer must be killed by the same death. for your information. And because none of us came into this world with a pin, the same way none of us will depart from this world with a pin. And we must each leave this world alone, lonely, and empty-handed, irrespective of the number of secret evil alliances we formed, irrespective of the number of ammunition we have, irrespective of the earthly wealth and positions we stole. Every one of these things, all of these things must reject, must disown, must disconnect, must deny each of us, because everybody must depart this earth the same way they came, alone, lonely, and empty-handed. You can go and ask the Queen of England, and you'll find that what I have told you now is the truth and will remain the truth. We're just walking deluded idiots, pretending and acting what we are not. Some of us think we are gods, and the others think they are animals. And the baseline of all this nonsense is that people believe that they are basically animals. But I wished all of you that feel or think that you are basically animals can start behaving like basic animals, so that humanity can breathe a sigh of relief, so that we can begin to predict you, so you will stop harming humanity, so you will stop poisoning the air we breathe, you stop carrying out experiments and carrying out all this heinous evil and turning things that are ordinarily safe into weapons. So you will start making weapons, deploying and using weapons. Please begin to behave like basic animals you claim to be, so that humanity can become safe for the first time. How dare you claim to be basic animals, but then you turn around to behave and act worse than all wild animals put together. And on top of that, you're wearing a long robe pretending to be this and that. You're telling us that you are this and you are that, when you are the real demon, because your antecedents are demonic. Obviously, we do not condemn sinners, but we must condemn the sins they are unleashing onto humanity. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you, and I remain Princess Amihenacho, advocate for humanity. Bye for now. Hey!